Hello, hello, hello. What's up? I don't even know if this is working. I have not gone live in so long, and they have changed everything. So just checking it out. I'll drop the link, but I'm not staying on here too long. See, I do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna invite. All right, it won't take too long. And if anybody wants to hop on, they're welcome to. But like I said, I probably won't be staying on too long. But everybody wants to hop on, they can. Now, I tried to change the background and put a different background on here, and it told me it wouldn't let me because I'm not a member or whatever anymore. So, which is fine. But then it won't let me change this one. So I guess I'm Bub's Comics today. So I hope y'all don't mind. What's up, Pope? We're not doing anything today. We're just hanging out. It's a beautiful day. We're going to sit outside for 10 minutes and say hi to everybody. Anybody wants to hop on, they can. Just got off Trev's channel. Shipping guru. He was hanging out, being a good old friend. There you go. That still works. All right, I have no idea what's working, what's not working. So it must be live though if we got people watching. So. My dog is convinced there's a bird in the sky, and that's all it takes. If there's a bird in the sky, he's gonna bark. So we're not mad at him. He's doing all right. How are y'all doing today? Anybody out there in TV land? Quit it. Just chilling on a beautiful day. And boy, isn't it though? It's a lovely, lovely day. We're here. We're almost done with this cigar too. Look, that's how things happen. Just get started, just ending up. Let's see what he's got. Found that last issue 21 of Berlin. Oh, and a stack after you roasted me for that. You were so close. I mean, well, if y'all don't know the story, Pope was sure that he had the entire run of it, but there was another issue. So, but it's all good. Hey, that's one of the things that's so nice about the whole collecting community is that we can help each other out. You know, we can get in there and make sure everybody knows what's going on. So, helping everybody. I'm sorry you had to get roasted, but that's part of it, I think. Just hanging out. No, I haven't joined the Ray Charles Club. It's just bright. The sun's right in my eyes, so it's right over the house, right there. I'm on my back deck, just hanging out, waiting. Gonna go to dinner soon. Just chilling. Pope's got a question for me. He says, "How do you feel about the state of comics right now? New books, old books, the future, etc., etc., etc." All right, we'll handle those in turn real quick. State of comics right now could be better, but honestly, when you think of all other, I don't want to say outdated, but classic media, right? I think comics are doing just as good as the radio right now. I think comics are doing better than newspapers. Paper books are making a big comeback, both in manga form. People are really into that. That's still growing and huge. And to me, that's just another kind of not exactly like comics, but it is what it is. It's kind of a blend of the two, more like graphic novel style. But I think when you stack comic books up against other media of another era, if you will, or classic type media, I think it's holding up pretty good. I mean, we still have comic shops. Do you guys see newsstands out there anymore? Bookstores are falling too. So I mean, it's not bad, compared to other radios getting killed by streaming services, TVs getting killed by streaming services. Comics are pretty much holding their own, I think. It certainly has transitioned away from a child's media, but honestly, I think that happened probably back in the 2000s, early 2000s. It was already kind of pulling away from kids as kids pulled away from it. So overall, I think it's doing okay. In the future, probably more of the same. Collectors, It's funny when people crap on books, modern books, too much. I give them a hard time sometimes when people act like they're building a real expensive collection. But as far as variants go, but when you're talking about modern books, I mean, at some point, every book that's coveted today as a blue chip book used to be a modern book, right? So, once upon a time. So that's part of it. So, yeah, collect what you want to collect, read if you want to read, and someday you'll burden somebody with having to take care of all your crap because you got too much. All right, that's what I say. All right, shouldn't get roasted money. Oh, you're good. You're a good chap. You're a good chap. Manga has always been an odd stepchild. Yeah, for sure. I think too, when you look at the age group of manga, it's not kids. It's like late teens, it seems to be. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that people getting involved in reading anything, any kind of media other than sticking their face in a phone is pretty cool. So I'm okay with that. Matt at Heroes for Hire Comic Club says, "Hey, I know this guy. Hey, hop on. I dropped the link, I think. I don't know if I can sticky the link here. But the link's in the chat up there somewhere, so you can go find it. I think I have to do that on my phone, and I probably won't be on here long enough to do that. So maybe I will. All right, what do we got here? Variant covers. Oh yeah. I don't really see the collapse of the big two. I don't think you want to talk about publishing maybe, but I think DC is very strong as a whole. I think Marvel is very strong as a whole, and they'll keep putting out comics. If for no other reason, they'll continue to publish comics in order to get stories from creators, because I think that they probably have recognized already that the best writing comes from the comics, and the best stories, I should say, comes from the comics, and they're bringing it in to movies and stuff like that, and TV shows and streaming shows. So as long as they can continue to do that, I think that that'll be kind of where they'll keep a focus of some sort on there. That way they can continue to get some good stories out of it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. All right, let me see if I can pin message. All right, I think I did it. All right. Oh, you guys are lucky. I'm on my game today. All right, what do we got? People saying hi to each other. All right, what's Matt saying? There's still good new comics out there. Yeah, I believe that. I'm not reading any of them, but I hear other people do, and that's what's important. I don't think there's anything wrong with new comics. You guys know I collect mostly Golden Age anymore, and some cover buys here and there from some of my favorite artists. But there's definitely some new good stories out there, and I hear about them often. And I like newer anthology books are fun too. So and they're making a lot of older books with no, a lot of new books with older properties. There's a Dick Tracy run out there right now. They're doing the Monster Verse again. I mean, it's good stuff out there. What do we got? Oh, Alex, a comic order. Hey, Alex, what's shaking inside of bacon? Good to see you, brother. Always an absolute pleasure to have Alex in and around. He probably hopped on thinking, "What's this guy doing?" I go as live about as often as Alex does anymore. Hey, Matt, what's shaking?
Yeah, I thought I'd come on before I go on the Comic Bet show at 7. Say hello.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in between, is there?
No.
Trev's show needs to go a little longer.
Yeah, but if you want something good out there to read,
Geiger.
Yeah,
and they have a whole universe they're building around it. So,
yep. And I got the Red Coat. I'm waiting for Rook to come back. And then of course you should read this. Everybody should be. If you like Transformers, you got to be reading that.
Which one is that?
Yeah, the Transformers.
Oh, just the regular Transformers title?
Just that Void Rivals and the new G.I. Joe, and of course the man Larry Hama's still around too, so he still does his book.
Wow.
But I
He
was
was
G.I.
selling some
Joe
of his collection recently. You can go get
nerd.
some books from the Larry Hama collection. There's quite a lot out there right now.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah. And we got Harry
that's cool.
Zlatus.
I wanted to
What's going on,
get
Harry?
some of those.
Pick up the
I see a
Puro.
lot of
You
these
know it, brother.
slabs on eBay. I see a lot of these slabs on eBay of like the George Perez collection they were selling. And
Yeah.
I'd like to get my hands on one that's got like the George Perez the custom label on it.
I always think it's interesting when they have the George Perez, obviously it's posthumous, but you have the Larry Hama collection. He's still around, so it's like he's actively. That's the dream. The dream is to sell my collection while I'm still alive. What we got here?
Yeah. Or I'm gonna get buried with it.
Nicaraguan and Dominican. Don't let it fool you. It's a mix. It's a mix. People saying hi to Alex.
I'm getting buried with my G.I. Joe covers and my G.I. Joe comics, Todd McFarlane covers. I'm going to get buried with them, Bub.
Nah, I don't want to be buried with any of them. Yes.
I was joking. They should put me in a mausoleum. They'll put me in a mausoleum, and we'll have the mausoleum look like a comic shop. You'll walk in, there'll be a spinner rack with some short boxes. Come in and sit down, read.
That sounds like a lot of work for somebody. I got to tell you, somebody's putting in overtime to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I was like an eccentric millionaire, you know what I mean? That's what I would do.
Pope's digging Geiger. All right. Before I have to go, I want to suggest you bring back the No Faces. I want Golden Guys back too. Yeah, maybe we can do a collaboration of those two things, since most of those people are all gone almost or doing other things. So we'll have to check that out. Appreciate you, Alex. Matt, before you joined YouTube, I had an ongoing series for years, Monday Night Chats for years.
Oh.
It was called the No Faces Chat. And the rule was no one was allowed to show their face. You could only show books.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably good for me because I'm not very photogenic,
Everybody says that until it's time to go live. And they don't know where to point the camera. They start freaking out. Because if you have a laptop or something and you can't move your camera, it's pretty tricky to find a way to show books without showing yourself, but still be able to read the chat and stuff.
I'm trying to get me a 2-camera setup eventually. Like I got my webcam.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll get another external cam so I can, especially for my claim sales, because it would be easier if I had a camera to go overhead so I could show, instead of have to do like this. Like, here's the next one I'm selling. And here's the next one. You know what I mean? Like instead, then I could just lay them flat. Or I thought about doing. I don't know if you ever watched West Coast Avengers. He does claim sales on Wednesdays. And he's got a big rack behind him or whatever. He'll like put the comic, say like he's selling this monsters book, and he'll put like $5, and he'll put like under A, and they'll be like AB. I think Mint Hunter does that too.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty common setup, and any video that features a large rack usually does well on YouTube. And we got Pope here talking about the. Appreciate that. No, I'm not on vacation. I'm home, my backyard. I don't know if you can see.
Speaking of large racks,
is that Rogue? Yeah. What? Who? Is that a Campbell or somebody who wants to be Campbell?
Campbell.
There you go. That's nice. I appreciate you. Appreciate it. You're a good one. That's awesome. So you didn't make it out to Lexington Comic-Con last week?
No, I'm trying to save all my money. I put all my eggs in the Heroes Con basket.
Okay, that's a good one. I mean, honestly, between the two, there's no big Golden Age dealer that's at Lexington that isn't also at Heroes. So you'll be in good company on that.
I would like to find a couple of. I like some of those Golden Age. I like to get some of the more affordable Golden Age, like pre-code books. Like I know there's some that aren't like way expensive, but maybe some that were more affordable.
Well, romance, Western, and funny books are always cheaper than the rest. Of course, in that there's always one or two in there that are expensive. But
I'm really looking. I'm not looking to like go down there. I know some people go to cons and they'll like fill short boxes and stuff, which I'm looking for certain books like G.I. Joe #1 and 21. which shouldn't be that hard to find at a Heroes Con. But you might not want to pay the price. But
we'll see several. Bo's favorite food in Kentucky is KFC. No, as you know, I'm originally from your neck of the woods. I'm originally from New York, so my favorite food is still pizza. I just modify my taste buds and eat what's here.
Nobody likes KFC in Kentucky. That's not true.
I like Lee's probably better than KFC. You have a Lee's in your town?
Yeah. Cane's, I like Cane's better than KFC.
Yeah.
But there's not fried
chicken.
But little fun factoid, I'm from Pineville, Kentucky. I'm only 40 minutes from the original KFC, the Sanders Cafe in Corbin, Kentucky.
I've not been there. I mean, I've been to Corbin, but I've not been to that cafe.
You're not missing nothing.
They got a pretty good convention at Corbin. They had some trouble. They didn't pay their taxes or something this year, so now they gotta find a new home. But I don't know where they're going to put it. But it can't be any better than that center they have in Corbin. That's a nice spot.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where they're going to go because that was the spot to be.
It's the only spot to be in Corbin. Yeah. I mean, quite honestly,
else there,
there's nothing else as big.
We have a little tiny one sometimes in Middlesboro, Kentucky, but I went last time and there was about 2 or 3 comic vendors. It was mainly like video games and toys, but they were the comics. They had I'll give you an example. I was looking at the ASM, and I collect the ASM that McFarlane, the run McFarlane, and I'm looking for standard ones like ASM 311 or I'm not talking 300, 316. The ones that cost a lot.
Yeah,
I'm talking 303 stuff like that, and they wanted $25 for them. And I'm like, what?
Dang,
that's a lot of money for one of that's not even a key.
Well, there's no comic shop in that town either.
That's right. We have a place called Playability. They're mainly video games and toys, and they have one little magazine rack with a few comics, and that's it. And then in Barberville, there's a place where they sell. It's primarily cards and retro games, like Magic and
yeah.
And then they have some short boxes, but I picked them clean. I don't know if they're ever going to get any more.
I mean, Somerset doesn't even have a comic shop anymore, and it's always had a comic shop, sometimes 2 or 3.
London's
and right now, it's completely nobody's filled the void on it. We got 3 card shops and no comic shops.
There's none here either. The closest one's in Corbin, and they don't sell back issues. They have some back issues. They weren't even bagged and boarded. It's all new comics.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's sustainable. I guess he's selling D&D stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, Pokemon
business. Yeah, Pokemon. A lot of these shops was bad. I mean, they have to sell something else because the comics don't bring them on the door all the time. You have a niche group like us, old heads that go in there and collect Silver Age and Bronze Age or something. But
yeah.
But I know
Pope's got a good well, first of all, acknowledge BLC's love for pizza. Had your New York City pizza today for lunch. Oh, I bet it was good. Don't tease me like that. Don't tease. And my sister's coming for a visit in a few weeks from New York. I visited her in December. She's coming down for a couple of days, and I'm thinking about asking her to smuggle a slice of pizza on the plane. We'll see how it goes. I'm not real hopeful. She doesn't like me that much. So I don't know that she can do it.
Going to goldbelly.com.
What's that?
Golden Belly, they will deliver you can get Geno's cheesesteaks or whatever from Philadelphia, and they'll send you all the stuff to put it together. Or you could go to some Cat's Deli or something like that in New York, or you know what I mean,
really?
Just whatever places, and they have or you can even order chopped cheese, you have to put them together, but they bring you all the ingredients they use and they ship it to you overnight or whatever.
That's cool. I'll check into that. What's it called?
Golden
Ulcer?
Gold Belly or Golden Belly or
that sounds about right.
If you eat all that stuff too much, you'll end up like me.
Yeah. We're all there, I think. Oh yeah. Love some pizzas. Good stuff, man. Y'all making me hungry. A lot of people don't. Yeah, even my own family. Although she's had the longest, she's my older sister, so she's known me my entire life. So she has probably disliked me for longer than anyone else could. You know? So she's got the cake, you know. Thick or cracker thin? I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask about my sister, Pope. But if you're referring to pizza, New York style, so to me it's not cracker thin. I guess you'd call it thin, but it's a little thicker than thin. I don't
Little
know.
extra large slices.
That's the way I like them. That's the way I like everything. A little thicker than thin. How about that?
There you go. I think New York pizza is probably the best pizza. I'm not from New York, but it got to be better than Papa John's.
I like Papa John's pizza for what it is. I mean, it's not New York pizza, but I like Papa John's. My son works there. He's there right now, slinging dough.
I like to go to like the little like mom and pop like places where it's like not the big chain, and they'll do like the Neapolitan pizza or something. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like those. I like the little margarita pizzas too. I'm pretty easy to please. I don't get real fussy about my pizza.
You don't get like David Portnoy on a bar stool doing his pizza rating.
You know, that's one of those that I don't want to watch those videos, but they're so short that I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. And it just makes me hungry and makes me want to eat. Like the pizza he says sucks. As soon as he takes a bite and I see his face, like I know what he just tasted because I've tried so many different slices of pizza. I'm like, yeah, I know what he's talking about. But
I watched this guy called Sam the Cooking Guy, and I have to quit watching because it makes me hungry.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Commercials are the worst. Sandwiches are bread. Sandwiches are bread. All right, Paulo's going to give us some. If y'all don't know, Paulo's over there in Guatemala, and he's going to tell us. But I just say that to piss him off. He's not in Guatemala. Pizza is bread. Pizza should have only the same toppings as you put inside a sandwich. That's fair. So what would that be? Like no fruit? Maybe some people put vegetables in a sandwich. Like you might have onions or green peppers in a sandwich. So that's okay. I like onions on my pizza, but I don't really care for green peppers.
I'll tell you what works in a pinch. If you're at home and you get the munchies and you don't have like all the ingredients to make a homemade pizza, or you don't have the money to go out and get a little tortilla and put some marinara on it and sprinkle some mozzarella on it and put some pepperonis or whatever on it. And you put it in the oven for like just a few minutes and about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the little. The only problem is, so I started making those when my son was real small, and he loved them. But as he got bigger, like you got to cook like 6 of those things to feed a family. There's not even everybody eats it so fast. Yeah. So, I was be in the kitchen all fucking night whipping out these pizzas. As soon as I made one, somebody had one ate. It was ridiculous. Pizza is good going in, but not good coming off. Oh man, guess he's got some lactose problems. I don't know about Mexi pizza. I like the what's that margarita pizza, right? I think it's called. It's got like fresh mozzarella and tomatoes. I like that a lot.
In the white pie.
More fiber in the pizza. No, you're right.
We turn this into a pizza stream. Let's do a Bubs. Me and you, we're gonna do a new YouTube channel. Me and you, we're gonna do it's just strictly about pizza.
You have enough going on already. You need to settle down. Your schedule is already bloated.
Nerd says I'm the hardest working man in YouTube. I said I don't know about that.
I just don't want you to burn out. I've seen it before. I'll put it like that. I've seen it before.
Yeah, I try not to. I mean, I don't get out a lot. You know, I'm handicapped, so it's kind of my outlet to the world. So I try not to do too much, even though I do too much. But I try to keep it at as you see, I don't really do a lot of editing or anything, so I just kind of throw it out there. I kind of just wing it. I think that's the best way. I think if you're genuine about what you're doing, then people will watch. So I don't know if that's true, but we'll find out one of these days.
I think you do all right. I think live streams are always fun too, and you make friends and you get to know people, and that carries on. Like a lot of the people I still talk to today aren't even on YouTube anymore. They just went on doing their own things, but the friendship stayed. It's kind of like when you work with somebody, and you develop a relationship, and then when they leave, you lose like 90% of those people that were just casual coworkers. But there's always one every place I've worked that I stayed friends with, over time. So
I found that out with like when I was actually doing Whatnot shows and selling on there before I just got fed up with the fees. I still have some friends from there that are still my friends because it's kind of like a cool little. Say what you want about Whatnot, but it is a good little community for like the small time sellers. Kind of all have to band together because you got to be against the man. The man tries to keep you down on Whatnot. I can tell you.
I never sold on Whatnot, and it took me forever to even buy something on Whatnot the first time I bought something. But I had a good experience. I've only bought on Whatnot once, but it was good. And then, I kind of deleted the app. I just don't.
It's a dangerous app because I mean I can get up at I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, couldn't sleep one night, and got on Whatnot and spent like $50.
Yeah. That's what happens with those apps, and they'll send you alerts and everything, and they let you know when your favorite sellers are live.
But you got you had all these My Exec Captain Americas, and I couldn't refuse. I got 321, which is the one where he's firing the Uzi. That's a fun cover.
Wife kicks me out because I eat all the pizza. She does not. My wife is unhealthy in the way that she spoils me to an unhealthy degree. So if there was pizza, she just keep letting me eat it, and she had an extra slice on her plate she didn't get to yet, it might end up on mine. So I'm like, I tell her, you're gonna kill me. Maybe that's her plan. But yeah, Whatnot does get addictive. It's just now I'm also on that short box, and I like that pretty well too. But it's a little less pressure. Like it's more like eBay where I just see if I want it. It's the live streams that are so bad. And anytime you don't have a lot of time to check prices and make sure you're getting a good deal is a good way to spend more money than you want to.
But there are deals to be had. Let me show you an example.
What's up, Ian?
I got this on Whatnot for $5.
Oh yeah.
I got this on Whatnot. Hold on. For $10.
Is that a first print? Nice.
So there are. I mean, some people will like. As a seller, you can get some books and you can price them all individually all you want. And if I run them through a claim sale, nobody buys them for like 5 times. They're getting marked down. I got to get new stuff in. You know what I mean? Like you can say it's only worth as much as you can sell it for.
Right.
And but I do have some stuff that what you got me. There's some of it I had to put on eBay because I wasn't like my claim sale. A lot of them look for more like cheaper books. Mm-hmm. But like cause a lot of it, you had a lot of good Fantastic Four you sold me, by the way. There was like the first cameo and the first full appearance of Reed Richards' dad, which was like a $25 book. And so
I didn't pull out any of the keys. I just let it fly as a collection, sell it in one group. I figured there's plenty of books in there that aren't worth a lot. So to get the books that are worth more in with that evens it out,
Well, I appreciate it, man.
No problem at all. You mentioned it, really.
Because I have trouble, where I live at. You've been here. There's slimmer pickings, even if you go out looking at flea markets or anything. There's just not much. And like even if you go on like a marketplace, there's not a lot of people locally. Like you'll see like people selling collections in Lexington or Louisville, but I can't really go
all
there.
Those marketplaces. Facebook Marketplace is probably the most active, but like you see people picking up stuff on what are those like Sell It or whatever those fucking other apps are.
You have to send me a link to that.
Yeah, we have none of those. Like we got nothing. Nobody sells anything on those.
No.
Our area.
It's and if they do, it's just like somebody's childhood books that aren't worth anything.
Yeah, because they were a child of the '90s.
Yeah, the '90s stuff.
Yeah,
not worth much. I mean, there are valuable '90s books, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about the ones that aren't worth a lot, like Youngblood. And some of the Youngblood, it just depends. But
a lot of people are picking up those '90s books now too.
Yeah,
I mean, they are gaining. It's funny, you start to see what weeds, what sifts out and people are after. So that's good. I think we're going to have more of that coming up too. I think with every 10 years or so, like the early 2000s books are going to start picking up real soon too. And I wonder what will happen when we hit the variant market. Like how many of those are going to end up being keepers and people that are excited for it, versus not.
Hey, Bo, I got a funny story about, I showed you on Crib, I showed some old toys I dug out of the basement.
Yeah.
I was going through this. Yeah, that's good. And I was going through it like, what do these parts go to? I was trying to figure out. I picked up this black piece. It was like a piece of plastic. I'm looking at it going, does that go to a Cobra jet or something like that? I looked at it. It was a Glade plug-in.
Oh, my God, dude. From when?
It's just in there. Those like little plug-ins you get like where it looks like a piece of like a Voss and you press it that sprays. And that's what it was. Just the face of it came off.
Now, I used to have stuff that I could show, but I don't know. I think they got rid of them all. But yeah, thanks BLC for the live chat. Too good to me. All right. Hate to end it, but I'm gonna end it. What's up, bro? What's going on? Man, good to see you. All right, I'm gonna hop off. You still got 30 minutes before who's going on at 7? Is it Vet, Chris?
Comic Vet, yeah. Show us what you got at 7.
Comic Vet, and then also I think Paul in the 619 is going live tonight too.
Yeah, at 8 o'clock or 8:30. Yeah.
So if any of you out there need other places to hang out and visit, do that. I see my wife circling around the kitchen, so we're going to dinner. We're going to get something to eat. I don't know what it is, but I know it's her treat tonight. So, hey, it's lobster. The kid's eating lobster. All right. All right. We'll catch you all.
All right.
Be good. All right, Matt. Thanks for hopping on.
All right. I'll see you later. I'm out.
See you.